Ooh there. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I shuffled some things around a little bit, but mostly nothing real visible on camera. I'm a little further away from the wall. I need to move those totes, but besides that, nothing too earth-shattering. Hello, Stephen. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Good evening, Dark Shades. Thanks for joining. I briefly had the Starfront scope on camera, but then I started doing the calibration, 3-point polar alignment, and it failed, and so I am rebooting it right now. So yeah, we will be getting to that in a little bit. Gosh, what was it? Just a few days ago was the lunar eclipse. Yeah, finally a clear night with no moon. At least here, I think the moon rises around 11:30 tonight. It's very windy at Starfront. Yeah, I wasn't even sure if they were going to open the roof, honestly, but at least it's open as of right now, so I need to hurry up and try to make the most of it. I'm just waiting for the telescope to reboot, and then yeah, and then I'll bring it on camera, and we'll start the polar alignment process. Hold on a second. All right, just waiting for it to come up, and yeah, windy, cloudy, and wet in New Zealand. Wow, I mean, you had quite a good run. There was quite a few days there where it was nice. Wish Seestar had reboot. Well, the app. It is possible to reboot it with Alp, which is what I did. So it is possible. Let's see. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, so it is back up and running. Now I still have to do the alignment process, so we will. Yeah, hopefully they'll include it. If not, yeah, if not, you can run Alp in parallel, because that's what I do on my laptop. I have the app, but I also run Alp. All right. Hey, the layout didn't break. I don't remember if I had this layout on the last live stream or if this is a new thing. If this was something I only did on the oh, this isn't the view I wanted. If I only did it on the kind of unlisted streams or on Discord. But let's go look, try to fix this. Okay, this is weird. Let's see if this works. No, I hope this doesn't mean this thing is messed up now. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Oh, you're the one in slot like the one right next to me? I didn't realize that. Well, that's cool. Um, let's see. Dang it. I think I need to start going forward and rebooting my laptop. Because I was doing some audio video stuff earlier and it was kind of acting weird. Let's see if this... Oh. Wait a second. Sorry. From transform to fit to screen. So weird. Yeah, I think, dang it. Oh well, we'll work around it. Basically, the way I usually bring the desk screen on is not working tonight, so let me see if I can do it a different way. And if that doesn't work, I'll move on. Actually, what I could probably do is change it to try to see if I can grab the app. Because I was doing like a screen recording earlier and it got confused. Or the Mac was complaining about some DRM related thing, and yeah, so that's not gonna work. That's fine. All right. I'm trying to image a star cluster and the Seestar cannot lock up. I think the wind is messing up the guiding. That's annoying. All right, so let's see if I can go ahead and start up. See if this even works. Oops, right, start up. I'm just gonna do the whole gamut, and I think it'll work, but we'll see. We'll see. So, meantime, let me see if I can bring something else on here. Browser. Actually, nice. Okay. Actually, what I can do, sorry, give me a sec here. What I can do is, oh, okay. It is, don't tell me it's like in the wrong spot again. There's something seriously wrong. Not wrong. Oh, hello. Hello, Cosmic Ray. And stream on Discord. Cool. Good evening, Quantum. And actually, that reminds me, since we're just... Can I even do this tonight? I'm so frustrated. I should have rebooted my laptop. But we know it can cause chaos if I try to do it now. Okay, so... let's try this. So, actually, so what let me do it over here. Maybe I can do that? Yeah. let's do this. So what I can do is move this. All right, so I have this browser here, and I can use this one. All right, so we want to go commands, and I'm gonna go park the thing again. Actually, I'll do it over here. Okay, so I'm parking the scope, and then I'll go back over to startup here, and I'm just gonna try raising the arm once it is parked. I thought I was getting ahead of the curve. It never fails. I thought I was ahead of the curve and able to. Oh, hello, Turf. Good evening. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. It does help these live streams out a lot. It's especially important with these later start times. It kind of complicates things. Oh! Did the roof close? The roof, I think, closed. Let me check. Yep, the roof closed. It just closed. That's why I wasn't able to plate solve. And you can see it over here. The all sky camera right below me shows a nice roof. So hey, let's figure out what we're gonna do next now. Since I'm having a little bit of difficulty. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was open until it wasn't. Well, so let me ponder this for a moment. I need to figure out how I can pull yeah, so things were set up correctly. I think I finally got the alignment set up for the equatorial, the 3-point polar alignment, but I wasn't able to plate swap because it was looking at the inside of a roof. And I'm having some difficulty bringing in. Let me check something here. Studio mode. See if we can bring in. Let's see. Discord. Nope. Yeah, I think those issues I was having were indicative of something going wrong with the my Mac. And unfortunately now, since I'm running OBS locally, I can't just reboot. Well, let me let me switch the view back. to this while I figure out things. Yeah, one of the things I was wanting to talk about a couple of things tonight. Um, yeah, yeah, and they have a limit, a wind speed limit of I think 30 miles per hour for keeping the roof open, and it looked like it was kind of marginal, like close to that limit. Um, and so I'm not completely surprised. I was actually surprised when they opened it, and so I went ahead and scheduled the live stream because I figured, you know, it looks like it'll be fine. Sorry, I'm just thinking through how I could possibly. Oh, would that work? That might be insidious, but I might be able to get it to work. Oh wow, blizzard there tonight. Wow. What could I do? And really, I was trying to figure out because right now Cosmic Ray has been is streaming IC417 on the Discord server, and I was trying to figure out how to pull that in so we could have something on screen while I was talking. See, I think I need to always have kind of like that one time where I cut over to the um, hardware encoder during the stream. I don't want to do that tonight because I'm afraid it would kind of botch things. Let's think about this. See, I need to have more redundant systems here. So right now the camera goes into a switcher, and then that goes into the computer as a camera. Then I have multiple monitors. Well, 2 monitors, and then what is the try to see remember what's on the switcher. Anyway, I won't bore people anymore on that. I'll kind of in the background think about it, but there were a few things I was going to talk about now that we're past the lunar eclipse. Hello, SMA Sky. You arrived just in time for the and hello, Aiden. Good evening. You just arrived in time for the Starfront roof closed a few minutes ago because of threat of high winds and windstorm. Sandstorm, dust storm. And so, yeah, so I was just talking through a few things that I wanted to yeah, of course. Yeah, typical, huh? And then locally it had been kind of intermittent clouds, but then I literally had a network router that I've had for like 10 years croak on me yesterday, and the replacement's coming tomorrow. But in the meantime, kind of my home telescope network is down, and a bunch of other things are down in the house too. And so yeah, I was like, so even if it was completely clear here, I wouldn't have been able to use the scopes here. So anyway, it was a kind of a series of things. Hello, Star Traveler. Thanks for joining. Love the music you play in the background. Thank you. I try to get something you could tap dance. I could my recurring joke slash threat to people I've worked with is like I could do it in an interpretive dance, but nobody ever took me up on it. Not that I know how to do interpretive dance, but Yeah, post for a West Texas dust storm. Wow, yeah. I mean, you could see it on like the satellite maps. I mean the satellite images. Like you could see, as there've been different dust storms, you could see it kind of sweeping along. It was kind of kind of cool. And not cool if you're in the area. I know it was going. I think we got, well, we did get a bit of it. There was that one evening where the sky turned like brown at night on my all sky camera. Like that was kind of weird. Yeah, it's no fun. Oh, yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like extreme fire risk out west. Where's your wooden sidekick? Um, Sorry, I've kind of, the sidekick is still here. My assistant is just right off camera, along with a few other little odds and ends over here. But no, sidekick's been over here by my OBS screen all along. I forgot I always would have the sidekick here. I need to keep it within the frame, because when I reshuffled everything around. So there were like three things. It's too bad I can't bring anything on the screen, because like I don't think I can bring anything on the screen because my other computers are not here. So I can't like patch around the problem with my Mac, which my Mac is the problem is. I mean, I could do the stream cutover and reboot, but I'm not going to do that. But basically, the three things, since we're past the lunar eclipse, there's going to be a solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse in the northeast, and in northeastern Canada in just 11 days, I think, the 29th, which is which will be cool. Also, I was wanting to start doing some prep, some dry runs on the Messier Marathon, which I think April will be the prime time for it. But I wanted to kind of do if there was a clear night at Starfront, especially ideally if it was like on a Saturday or something, or a Friday night, I would try maybe a not necessarily all night, but much of the night live stream to try to get as many Messier objects as I could. And I know Jeff had been sharing, Jay Kelly had been sharing some articles and videos about that, and so I want to kind of get the ball rolling on that. I had kind of put it off until after the lunar eclipse, so that is coming up. And then I had mentioned the virtual star party, which obviously I have some technical issues to work through before that would even happen, but and that would be the same weekend as the solar eclipse, because I was thinking it would be good to do it on like a new moon, and it happens, new moon falls on a weekend, so it'll be on that Saturday, and it wouldn't necessarily be continuous, but kind of something where, or maybe it would be, maybe I'd just do a live stream that I might have to sleep at some point, but I could do a few back-to-back live streams. But I was thinking at the very least Discord for much of it, where people could, if they had clear skies, we could like look at different Messier objects, do whatever, kind of, yeah. So that's the thing. I was having an issue earlier with my Mac, and I'm trying to think of like how I could work around it. I was doing a screen capture, and my Mac was complaining about like some DRM thing. Let me see if maybe quitting that was the one that was complaining. But basically, it was complaining about this DRM thing, and I didn't think anything about it because I was still able to do screenshots and stuff. But now it's not, like, OBS isn't letting me capture an app, which is how it ends up pulling it onto the stream. Let me see if I can, let me switch back to this view. See, it's refusing to capture either, like there's three modes. You can capture a display, you can capture a screen, or you can capture an application, or a window or an application, and it's none of them are working. So unfortunately, that's kind of a dilemma if that's not working. And I was trying to think if I had a way around it. Trying to see if I have like all these little odds and ends I have around here. You were sleeping? No worries. You really hadn't missed a whole lot. We had started getting observing, and then they closed the roof at the observatory because of high winds and risk of dust storm. Let me see. Oh, this might. It's so crazy. It might even work. Good evening, Star Voyager. How's it going? Give me a second. I'm going to quickly try to rewire something, and I have to figure out. Yeah, let me see if this works. Give me a second. I'm still trying to figure this out. I think I can patch around it. Okay. This computer has an extra display. So maybe I can work around it. Okay, so had a bad sleep. That's too bad. Sorry to hear that. Saw the lunar eclipse when you woke up at 3 a.m. and stayed to watch it. Didn't have a telescope still clear enough to see. Yeah, it is really cool to see it turn like that. A plan so cunning you could pin a tail on a glow weasel. How's everyone doing? Things are going okay, except for all of my technical issues. So let's see if we can work around this real quick. So I forgot that my laptop has, yeah. No, it didn't pick it up. They did not pick it up. It did pick it up. Wow. This is going to confuse me no end. So I'm going to have to... Okay. So let's rearrange that. Basically... Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Alright. So basically I am... my laptop has two monitors into it, but it has an HDMI port that I wasn't using, so I'm setting that up as kind of a fake monitor. So let's try to bring this up. Mix effect. Bring up. Oh god, it's not going to be able to talk to it, is it? Okay, that's not going to work. So let's try a different approach. I'm going to switch back to this view, and then I'm going to try something here. Let's see. Will it work? Is this going to do anything unusual? Let me... By Jove, I think I got it. Wow. Are you kidding me? No. This actually will work. Wow. Your S50? Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, so I think... God, that was painful. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, sorry. That was uncalled for enthusiasm. So let me go... So, thanks to, there we go. Let's see. There we go. Thanks to Qubits and Cosmic Ray, who are currently streaming on Discord, which is time for my obligatory plug for Discord. It's kind of it's helpful when, I mean, it's cool anyway to be able to, you know, share like different objects. Like I can only image so much in an evening. Historically I have very constrained skies. Stephen Fox, since he's in New Zealand, like he's shifted, so stuff that during the night they'll be observing the sun, and then like late night and very early morning he's observing deep sky objects, and so it's kind of cool being able to share that. Oh man, sorry about that cheap ass hammer. Operator's day 62. That sounds pretty rough. Maybe live code some basic. I don't have a Commodore 64, but I do have a VIC 20. Believe it or not. I don't think I have it here. Actually, I may have it in a tote somewhere. I also have a TRS-80 Model 100. 32 kilobytes of memory. That's just... I could live code on that. Earlier process of the horse I captured. Hang on. Orange is your favorite color? 7 a day. Cool. Yeah, 10 AP. If A is 64, then 10. Yeah. Or as they were fondly referred to at the time, trash 80s. A pushed key. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because I had the VIC 20, but then I ended up yeah, like one of the next computers was like a PC clone, also from Radio Shack. But I was doing some basic programming on there, like the basic programming language, and then we got Quick Basic, which was cool because it was compiled and you didn't need line numbers. You could actually define functions. earlier attempt on live stream. Okay, cool. Let's bring that up. General live streams. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. So this is from. I still haven't figured out how to zoom this out, but this is an image that Qubits mentioned. Oops. Of the horse head. There's the flame. There's the horse head. There's a lot of structure there. That's really cool. Oh, my favorite is always trying to look at the lump star. Down here, yeah. This thing. It's always cool seeing structure in that. Oh, I was momentarily confused. So yeah, hello Astro Chris. Welcome, thanks for joining. Yeah, that's Qubits earlier attempt at Horsehead. He's working on Horsehead again right here, doing narrow band imaging. So that's pretty cool. Because I had started imaging from Starfront, and I had high hopes because the moon would be out of the way till at least 11:30, and so I was going to get some more time on the Dolphin Nebula. And what else did I have on my list? I had the Dolphin Nebula. No, I wasn't actually going to do the Dolphin Nebula. I was going to. This is why it was I got shut down at by the roof at Starfront. It's because I was going to try to image the witch head. I have no luck with the witch head. Tried to image it here. Of course, that didn't work. So I was like, tonight is the night that I'm going to image the witch head from Starfront. Didn't happen. That's got to be it. 1893 NGC, or yeah, 1893. What is that one? Yeah, so I mean the objects, they're very large. They're very, very large. Like it will change over time. I mean a lot of the nebulas, like the Orion Nebula, is slowly dissipating, and so I think like tens of thousands, or maybe low hundreds, maybe not even low hundreds of thousands of years, it will have been pretty far along dissipating. And there are astronomical objects like supernova remnants that we've been imaging precisely for long enough that you can actually see the expansion. Specifically like the Crab Nebula, the Veil Nebula, a few others. Like Hubble's imaged them over 30 years, and you can see like at the boundary, you can see some movement. Yeah, that makes sense, trying to image as much as possible. Yeah, well, and then there was, yeah, because like the stars are moving, we're moving. It's just the time frames tend to be pretty long. And like, but like I mean the North Celestial Pole is near Polaris, but a few thousand years ago, 2,000 years ago, it wasn't. So well, I mean, some of that is just the orientation, if that's what you're talking about. But it has changed. It has changed, but over a very long time. Which one is this one? NGC 1893. Let's look that up. So that is NGC 1893. It is the letter Y cluster. Nice. That's turning out pretty nice. That letter Y cluster. Oh, the all sky camera, cool. Conditions look pretty decent. But yeah, so the actually let me pull up an example of this. He wants a cinnamon toast crunch. I mean, that is a good I've eaten lots of that cereal over the years. Lots of it. Yeah, some you have some time lapses. Let me see if I can find one here. Okay, it was yeah, here's a couple of them. What did I just do? Yeah, yeah. Does cinnamon toast? The smoked Fruit Loops are also excellent. Yeah, should do a time lapse. Yeah, no. It would be just like looking at a light bulb or something. So here was there's a few of them, but like this was one of them. So you can see over, you can see in the middle there was movement. Let me see if there's another one I can find that's a little bit better. Come on. But there's a few of them. Is it this one? Okay, so that's from Hubble. Yeah. But yeah, there's some other ones too, like the Veil Nebula, and but it is cool that yeah. So they don't seem like they're moving, but if you measure them, if you take photos over few years or like a decade or more, you can see them moving. And that's actually one thing I want to try doing. There's some stars that have a fairly high proper motion, and I want to try to image those like, you know, over the span of a year, a couple of years. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, variable nebulas. Those are another kind of. Wish I could see more variable nebulas. Let's see if I can find one of those. Weird recommendations. Hold on. Let's see. What did I want to find here? Okay. Only thing bad about this setup is I'm getting confused as to where things are. Speaking of the Crab Nebula, there it is. Why are variable nebulas varying? Is it the star inside of them or something? It's a great question. Variable nebulas. Must be, yeah, because the star, it's a reflection nebula. Speed of light. Yeah, like the star, like it's a variable star and it's a reflection nebula behind it, and so it so the nebula itself varies in brightness. What happened to affiliate links? Not finding them. That's a great question. Let me look that up. Let me make a note so I don't forget that. Did you look on a video description or the channel description? Poorly leveled, lots of drops, yeah. 28. I mean, I can't look at anything right now just because I'm clouded out, or I'm roofed out. Roofed out? 2859. But I can add it to the list for next time. It's a galaxy. Is it a small galaxy? Because sometimes it doesn't show up on these surveys. Oh, that's an interesting one. What did I do? It did that thing with the resolution. I apparently can't. So I apparently can't. And now trying to figure out how to get Discord back. I'm just gonna have to quit Stellarium. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know. That kind of mess. Yeah, that looks very interesting. I'll have to add that to the list. Channel description. Okay, I'll look. I might have moved things around or inadvertently moved it. Yeah, there's light echoes. That's light echoes from novas can be. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's what happened. Different resolution. Holy moly! Wow. So there's light echoes where it might just or variable nebula where I think it just varies like more consistently, but then light echoes like this is pretty wicked. So this is, I don't know what the time frame is, but you can see, like, look at the ripples as the star is varying. Like, that is that is really cool. It's like waves of water, like ripples of water, but it's light against a nebula. Because I've seen, look at that. That is so cool. Wow. Sorry. That here's that. Or you can look at the article on light echoes. Yeah, 2859 did seem kind of small. Yeah, with Cepheid variables, since their variation is so regular. Yeah, and this one, yeah, this one is a Cepheid in pupus. But yeah, so they were able to determine the distance to an accuracy of 1% by measuring, I guess, the light echoes, which is really cool. And then there's things where they've been able to use light echoes long after the fact, like at a Carina, when it had the great eruption in the mid 1800s. They were able to measure the light echo like over a century later, I guess, against other parts of the nebula complex it's in. So even though it's just because it's in such a large kind of structure of nebulas and such, it's pretty mind-boggling. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten that. I guess I haven't given the letter Y nebula enough time, but that's pretty good. Cosmic ray. we've got, oh, and Cupid's is back on the horse head. I really like the really wide field. It's really cool. And this is narrowband. I forgot that. So it's the yeah, H alpha to green is so overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah, the cameras for 1,000 years ago weren't too good. Exactly. Exactly. It's too bad. Too bad. Imagine the time lapses we'd have after a thousand years. That would be cool. But yeah, that so one thing, like I was saying, I do want to start maybe once I have, maybe on a night where Starfront is going to be clear all night, and no dust storms, and it's clear here. I may kind of do a more proper run through of the Messier Marathon, because I'm definitely interested in doing that, and also what was it? Jeff had shared some videos about and some discussion where people had done kind of a group Messier Marathon. So that also might be an interesting thing to do. Maybe that might be too much, but yeah, that might be too much. We have a challenge on the Discord server, monthly challenge, and we had Dryer's Nebula this month, and we still have a bit over a week left, but it would be interesting. Maybe there's something Messier Marathon related we could do next month. I'm not sure what. If you have suggestions, I'm all, I think, yeah. If you have any suggestions, let me know, because I think that might be something if we could somehow tie it into Messier Marathon. Okay, NGC 1893 is an open cluster. Okay, it's embedded in the Tadpole Nebula. Right. I guess I was thinking of the nebulosity there. But yeah, it's got that nice open cluster there as well. Yeah, some of those objects, it confuses me sometimes, because there'll be like multiple NGC numbers that refer to kind of like the Rosette Nebula, where there's like an open cluster in the middle. There's the nebula. There's like 2 or 3 NGC numbers from that. But that's cool. Open cluster. And it's 12,000 light. Hello, EDU. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Nebulosity is kind of the long wispy bits. Like you'll see a lot of close-in ones, but the wide field is pretty neat. On my first live stream, was I nervous? It was easy not being nervous, because there was like no one watched it. No one was there when I was live, so that makes it easy. It's easy. There's nobody there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I over prepared for it. Like when I was when I first got the camera set up, I would sometimes just talk to it to try to get in the habit of, you know, trying to remember to make eye contact with the camera and just talking to a microphone and to a camera. And so once I actually did it, I don't think it was like that big of a deal, but yeah, it probably also didn't. It probably also helped that I had 0 viewers. It was funny because it's like, and some of those videos, because they were very time focused. I mean, they were very time boxed. It was like, instead of doing a video, like a produced video, I was like, I'm going to do a live stream. It's going to be about a specific topic. I'm going to do a thumbnail just for that live stream because it's going to be focused on a specific topic. And if anybody shows up, fine. And so it was funny because, like, there were no viewers live, but it ended up getting like 1,000 views or something because it was about a specific Seestar topic. And there's a few of those kind of early on. But I remember there were a couple early on it was funny, like, because I have the YouTube console up and I saw somebody actually was there and I said hello and they went away. And I'm just like, oh well. So yeah. That's kind of like my live streams on Twitch these days. I gave an image on the tadpoles. Let me post on the live stream. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I hope. I'm glad people find it things of value. Yeah, NGC, IC, Able, SH, Messier. There was one recently that I guess I hadn't picked up on. There's the LDN catalog. Yeah. Yeah, it's lens. So there's an LBN and an LDN catalog, and it's lens LYND LYNDS apostrophe lens catalog of bright nebula and lens catalog of dark nebula. So if you go into Stellarium and like turn on a bunch of catalogs, you'll see LBNs and LDNs, and sometimes, like, initially I was like, that's a dark nebula, like, and I guess I was missing the fact that there were LDNs and LBNs, but it's all by the same person. It's by Beverly Lins in the 1960s. So yeah. Yeah, maybe do gaming. Well, what, on Twitch? Yeah, maybe. The one thing I had thought of, like, to keep it on theme with the channel, I would do, what is the name of that? Something dangerous. I can't even remember the name of the game. But anyway, some space related game. I was thinking, well, maybe kind of related. I don't know. Oh, about cluster processing. Don't like the stars. Right. Yeah, I mean, one thing, like, if you pay for Star, is it Star Exterminator, Blur Exterminator, one of those ones, but they cost money. I've been pretty happy with the results from the SETI Astro Suite, specifically Cosmic Clarity, which does its own kind of star sharpening, and I have been happy with the results, where it kind of makes the stars look a bit tighter, less bloated. So I definitely would recommend that one. Okay. Let's see. The only problem I have is this is very laggy but it's this one. also does satellite trail removal, but I've been pretty happy with the results from that one. And it runs on Mac and Windows, so. But I've been happy with that as far as like cosmetically improving the quality of stars in images. But also another thing, if you do kind of the processing where you separate it into like a star and starless layer, it's also good to sometimes dial down the stars when you're recombining it, because a lot of times it's just too many stars. I mean, especially if you're doing like a nebula area, it kind of takes away from it. Yeah, no more DSO catalogs. There's so many of them. At least Lynn's, or Lines. I don't know. Lynn, I'll say Lynn's, is from the '60s, so it's not like it's a newfangled catalog. I mean, it is a 20th century catalog, but no more DSO catalogs. Well, and then you have like these other ones, like, yeah, there's so many. And then now with like the big scale surveys where they just kind of measure a whole bunch of things, like it's just got like coordinates. Like the coordinates are encoded in the number, and so it's just, yeah, like 2 mass and then the rec and the declination and rec. Declination and RA. Right ascension. I don't know why I said rec. Yeah, average from all the other ones. I mean, if you're talking about physically how close can they be, like globular clusters can be pretty tightly packed in the core. Yeah. Yeah, Cyril, Graxpert, those are great. I've been using Cosmic Clarity, I mean, some of the SETI Astro stuff more and more just as kind of an experiment. Trying to see if I could do almost all my processing through it. But I still haven't quite gotten there yet. But that said, I do like Cosmic Clarity for tightening up the stars. Air one with no scopes, exactly. I should maybe I could have a thumbnail, a proper thumbnail. Well, I mean, I could show the all sky view of my I could show the all sky, or the peer camera view of my telescope that's like currently pointing at a roof, but that wouldn't be very interesting. It's like, well, technically I am showing you the telescope, but finally the guy, but they won't be out until 2026, although that is next year. That's kind of disturbing. But yeah, like that, there was so much that that Gaia and like 2 mass surveys, like just massive amounts of data, which has been interesting because there's been a few times where I've tried to find specific objects in photos I've taken, like some distant galaxy, and I just kind of ended up rummaging around like through the 2 mass survey trying to figure out if they've measured the redshift on it, because sometimes that's, if I was lucky, sometimes I would have that. Other times, yeah, nothing, because there's so many. Once you get to a certain point, there's just so many things out there that they still haven't cataloged. I mean, they still haven't cataloged things that are with enough time on a Seestar you can pick up. So with a bigger scope, you'd really be lost or not being able to find a lot of things. I'm actually looking at the images just over on this monitor, not that one. Yeah. How much time on that? Oh, I totally missed that. It's now IC 405. I was like, wait, that's a different object. um, but yeah, I'm hopefully this dust storm won't be. Well, let me go look what it says. I mean, it was kind of, it did say poor seeing, so that was perhaps my first clue that things might not pan out tonight at Starfront. Yeah, yeah, that's not ideal. It's showing poor seeing through tomorrow night too, but then Thursday's looking good. What about here? Yeah. Let me. It's funny. It's like there's a cloud parked over us. Like, come on, people. It's like, really? Like, there's a cloud parked over Houston. That's kind of ridiculous. But as a result, can't see. But see, like, look at all this poor seeing. Now, here, I could potentially go live tomorrow evening, even if the seeing is poor. It was super windy though today, but if it's not as windy in the backyard, but see, this is what I was saying for Starfront. Like, look at all the poor seeing all the way through into Thursday. So maybe Thursday night will be good at Starfront. Friday night maybe too. Same thing here. So Thursday's looking like a strong possibility. So that might be in the cards then. Oh, flaming. Okay, the flaming star. Okay, Caldwell 31. Okay, cool. Do it. Are you saying like tomorrow? Oh, traveling to Maine. Oh, nice. Oh, that'll be cool. Oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, hopefully things work out for you. I mean, I had good luck in Maine for the total solar eclipse. That was yeah, that's cool. Well, hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, yeah, I'll have to see. I might, since I wasn't. Yeah, no problem. And hopefully next time I'll actually have be able to have at least one or two telescopes running. See ya. And remember Tino's pizza rolls. Yeah. Actually, I had some of those over the weekend. Not at my house, but I did have some. So this is the Flaming Star Nebula, not to be confused with the Flame Nebula, which threw me more than once over the years. But yeah, looking at this, if it ends up, see, Wednesday looks a little iffy, possibly because of this. Like, one of the models is showing some clouds, possibly early evening. all played by ear. Thursday's looking pretty solid for here and Starfront, so hopefully they'll, at the very least, Thursday looks good. Of course, Fort Davis looks great tomorrow evening and Thursday and Sunday. Maybe Saturday? No, not Saturday. Maybe Friday. But it also has bad seeing, so it's probably all those high winds. Like the fact it's not even showing below average, the fact it actually shows poor seeing must be pretty abysmal. So, oh well. Yeah, that flaming star nebula is looking good. And then the Horsehead's shaping up very nicely. Posted a bunch of weird images on live stream. Should I be concerned? Oh. Tadpoles in SHO. I need to. Okay. Let's try that. Jellyfish. So these are all SHO images. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm working on getting them in a place where I can pull them in. You thought star? Yeah, no, I think it's the problem is just this time of year. Some people were saying like spring can be problematic because of because of cold fronts that come through here, and like the winds really kick up, and I guess because of I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but my guess is some of it might be like because it's coming out of winter and like some of the fields they haven't planted crops yet, and so some of the dirt or dust is blowing. I mean, I think that's some of the problem, specifically at this time of year. All right. And I mean, to be fair, it is clear there now. It's not clear here, but it's clear there. It's just the high winds right now and dust. Demo, what am I looking for? Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. So, these were photos from Qubits. So here is, that's cool. So this is the Jellyfish Nebula in SHO, which is kind of cool. Oops. Alright, and then got NGC 896 in SHO. That looks very dramatic. Although I think the blue is accentuated on this, the way I'm kind of bringing this on air. You may want to check it out on the Discord server. Might be a bit better color-wise. And here's the tadpoles in SHO. That's cool. That's cool. So, same using narrow band filters, and then yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, only SHO. The eclipse will have already started as the sun is rising, so it'll be kind of unique. Yeah, it'll be covered up as it's rising above the horizon. That's cool. Yeah, I was looking at Stellarium, and the moon. Uh, it's basically like 2 or 3 hours before sunrise here. But if you could see through the Earth, you'd see a partially eclipsed sun. But yeah, I need to check out his streams. I saw he had gone live earlier, and I need to check that out. I need to watch that on the replay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of art to that. It's definitely. Okay, and yeah, I was kind of in the middle of something, and I was hoping, and plus I was trying to finish up some stuff because I was thinking I would go live this evening, but I had meant to hop on his stream because yeah, I'd seen I'm on his Discord server, and I'd seen that they were going live. What target next? Oh gosh. I don't know. What do you think of like Casper M78 maybe? Because that was actually something I wanted to image at Starfront tonight. It was M78. Casper the Ghost Nebula. I'm going to take a sip of water. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me see. Let's see. All right. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I just was looking at Discord. I see someone joined. Sorry, I didn't notice that it was. I don't. Alright. No. Right. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully yeah, I mean, one thing that I couldn't do today that I'll be able to do tomorrow is the replacement router showing up, so I should be able to get things back up and running, so I can so it's at least possible for me to stream from my local scopes. Horse imaging will be image ending because it's going behind a tree, the dreaded tree. So let's take a final look at it. Looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, you can see right there. You can see the tree starting to interfere. Or it's, yeah, for me it's buildings. Or in the case of Starfront tonight, it was a dust storm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you did get some more time on it. So, how much time were you able to image tonight? Oh, that's not bad. Just under 3 hours. I mean, that's pretty solid. So, it's got three hours closer at least. Yeah, I definitely need to use Nina a bit more for my non-Seestar scopes. Whoa. Just thinking. That's cool. What are all those schedules? Ah. M78 behind a tree. Okay, let me see if there's something else. Um, um, let's see. Um, So you got the tadpoles and the flaming star. What else is kind of in that area? There's something higher. I mean, there's the Rosette Nebula, the monkey head. Monkey head, maybe? I really need to spend more time in Nina, because it's got a lot more going on there than I have used. A Zippo. It has gotten a frame, now 2 frames. So it should start. Oh. Is that a tree? It is interesting if that, because it was able to plate solve. Just, yeah. It was able to plate solve, but, which is always kind of, I don't know, can be a bit frustrating. Sometimes that happens where I'll start imaging something and it's like, it seems to be going okay, but then, yeah, it's like another tree or something. But it's stacking. It's still able to stack the stars around. Is my... Huh? It actually... So that was no on the jellyfish. The Pocono Void. Yeah, it's funny because it looks it's like it looks like it kind of could be something there, kind of. But yeah, the newly discovered Pocono Void. The problem is, like, all the kind of nebula type things are just, I'm looking at Stellarium to see if I could find anything. Mm-mm. Yeah, because it, as far as like Milky Way targets, I guess a lot of them must be behind a tree or something. Well, we could always try. Um, what was another one I had on my list? High enough. How's your visibility to the east? Because like there's the Sunflower Galaxy, M63, M106. So those are kind of cool. That looks very interesting. The it, like I'm kind of trying to process what I'm seeing. It's kind of interesting. almost looks like a tree branch or something, or a trunk. Interesting. I mean, just interesting as far as how it's stacking that and what it ends up looking like. Oh yeah, I am 101. That's a good one. Let me go check here. Oh, hey. Got M1. Or are these old images? Oh, target set. Cool. Guiding is broken. Star trails every frame. That's annoying. That's really annoying. What does it say your guiding error is? Yeah, maybe. Possibly. It is funny. It's on moments like this, although I do appreciate what the what the scope what my other scopes can do. It is funny because it's like Seestar, I don't have to deal with any of this. uh, Granted, introduces some of its own issues sometimes, but it claims it's yeah. I need to look at some of that. I feel like some of that code became more fragile with some of the changes. There it goes. Finally got Alp to come to its senses. That was pulling teeth. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the scheduler does that sometimes. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've noticed issues in EQ mode with Alp where like I'll schedule something and it just kind of it does something similar to that where it doesn't actually just eats it. It like never shows up. And I also had an issue the other day where I had scheduled some things to run overnight, and it was like three different. It was the same target three times, and it ran the first one, didn't do the second one or third one, and the roof was open, so I don't know what happened. And it claimed it was still on that one target, even though it had stopped. S30, well, especially your S30, the with the sensor. Doing that calibration, but this is it's looking good pretty quickly. It's good to see a recycle center to be crushed. I mean, didn't they claim that they're going to be fixing it with a firmware update? Allegedly. So just wait. Remember, there was someone on the Discord server. There's like caught on fire. I think it was relatively new. Like there was some battery issue where it wasn't like it was discharging within 30 minutes and then it ended up starting to smoke, which is not great. I haven't heard of that happening to anybody else's, so at least yours didn't catch on fire. Because that would be not what a person would want to see. Well, unless yours was having issues like yours is. Yeah, And it's so, I mean, 20, 29 frames, no, 30 frames, no drops yet. It's looking pretty solid there. Yeah, it's definitely looking pretty solid. Oh, that formatting issue. It looks nice. Looks very nice. Just a few minutes on M101. I know I definitely don't get those kind of results from home, for sure. Oh, hey, hello, yeah, thanks for dropping by, Cheap Astro, and good night. um, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yep. Yeah, that looks nice. Is the tracking working better now, Qubits? On the Crab Nebula? Nice. That's good. Yeah, for some reason, sometimes when I think it's a check box I must have on mine will just sometimes just, I don't know if it does it after doing a meridian flip. I don't know. It'll calibrate. It sometimes PhD will start calibrating. I'm like, okay, sure. I can argue with it. It has a PhD in guiding, I guess. It's looking good. Yeah, all these, a lot of detail on the bands there. Um, Cheer dummy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm just organizing some notes about um, the Messier Marathon and some other things I want to do over the next few days. Yeah, actually, I like that. Mosaicable constellations. Yeah. Yeah, I think that could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Yeah, I'd a few weeks. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, that would be cool. That's an interesting idea. I wanted to do something like that with Ryan, but now Ryan's getting a little lower. But there's tons of other things we could do. Are all Messier objects doable for? I mean, Messier was in Paris. I don't know if you could. So I was. Oh, you were trying to do that on the LMC. Yeah, that makes sense. Like there's so much in that in the Large Magellanic Cloud. That would be cool. But I believe all the Messier objects are doable from like New York, New Jersey, because like I say, I want to say everything that's on the Messier list was visible from Paris, but maybe not. I could be wrong. Um, because yeah, a lot of the targets are higher, um, higher. What do you call it? Declination. Let me look at Stellarium. I load the Zero Horizon, and Jeff created this script. To flag all of them. So I turn off that. M79, M83 is is minus 29. Minus 29 declination. M47 is... No, not 47. Minus M7 is like minus 35. I think that's about the lowest I've seen so far. Minus 35. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing any others. Yeah. There's a few that are like minus 30, in the minus 30s. But that's as far south as I've seen. Did Messier list from Pennsylvania? Cool. You can get the Messier from 41 North, yeah. Back in the visual day. Yeah. I mean, the Messier, like I say, Messier was in Paris, so, or France, so it definitely is more northerly biased. Trees at bad horizon is a problem, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, Wiley site gets some pretty incredible drop rates, or lack thereof. In equatorial mode. But that's pretty good, 90 frames. 15 minutes. Cool. Yeah, all of the Messier shouldn't be a problem from Starfront. Yeah, I mean, especially because I can see almost to the horizon, like very close to the horizon, like within a degree or two, east and west, and within less than 10 degrees south. North, not as much. Not as low, but I haven't figured out how low I can go north. But especially because they now put those Seestars on that platform where it's just below the roof. Where the roof slides off, so it's got pretty unrestricted views east and west because it's higher than the other buildings, because it's on that north wall, and like the east and west walls are lower, and it can see pretty low south because the roofs roll off to the south, but they roll pretty far. So I was able to get Omega Centauri, but somebody indicated that that might be close to the limit. But I'm gonna see if I can go. But yeah, it shouldn't be any problem. So I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do the whole thing from Starfront. But what's the challenge in that? No, I mean, so that'll always be my backup, but I do want to try to do it from maybe I mean, I can't do it from my backyard because of obstructions, but I might try doing it somewhere else in the Houston metro area where I have less obstructions and try to actually do it all. Um, with the either the other Seestar, yeah, probably with the other Seestar. Yeah. But yeah, that M101 is turning out very nice. Less than 20 minutes of data. It's looking nice. Yeah, he'll find a nice hilltop there. Yeah, from the top of that J.P. Morgan Chase Tower. Yeah, although they probably wouldn't let me on the roof. I I mean that building is tall enough that you could probably see slightly below the natural horizon, just because Houston's so flat, and you're up 1,000 feet, over 1,000 feet above ground level. Yeah, because I remember going up there to they have like a kind of a sky lobby, and or at least they did years ago, and yeah, you could the uh, the city looked very much like a mathematical plane. The horizon, it was just like straight line. Yeah, biggest problem will be obstructions. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. Get mud. Get yeah. End up having people, yeah, act like an authorized you can get up there. Yeah, do some social engineering. No, I'm not gonna. That would be fun. Plus, who knows what the winds would be like on top of that if it's a windy day here on top of that building. Not good. But it would have very good unobstructed views in every direction to the horizon, or like I say, kind of, yeah. Right. It's doing really nice. No drops. 123. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I'm looking at the conditions tomorrow. Oh no, that's at Starfront. Yeah, like right around sunset, it's saying excellent transparency, but poor seeing. That's rough. Nice. Local astronomy had a semi-dark site which they named Blair Witch. Maybe some observers have ended up missing. Yikes. That would be oh, you did half an hour? Yeah, cool. Yeah, if you pick another target, you can append it to the running schedule. But you have to like enter the details, like use the what did it do? Oh, it ended up doing the raise arm. You may want to delete that one. So like check that item. The it ended up adding a second item. So go check. There's a checkbox right there, and then delete that because it's basically rerunning startup. Okay, so what you have to do is go pick one of these tabs. Like if you want to image another target, you can like pick the image tab, and then fill out the details you want, and then append. Yeah. And then, yeah, enter your information. And then at the bottom, append. And so now it should have a second item that it will run after. Yeah, it didn't used to let you add things to the end of a running schedule, but it does now, which is nice. Oh, one other thing you can do. Sorry, if you go back to that schedule page, you can, if you go back to the schedule page that you were on, you can go another feature that was very recently added. If you click on the M101, just the line that's blue, click on there, on the first schedule item, the one that's running. Just click on it. Yeah, click on it. Not the checkbox, but anywhere but the checkbox. Like click on the blue bar. The rest of it, not the like. Yeah, so see, it expands it and it'll show you kind of it's almost done. It's got 25 seconds left, 142 stacked frames. That auto collapsing thing is a known issue, but at least it shows you. The problem is it's because it's refreshing it, and when you expand it, then it's like refreshing it, which is why it closes. But at least you can kind of check the status if you don't want to go to live view. Yeah. A lot of this is very new. Oh, see, it already switched. It just switched to the next one, so it's but yeah, a lot of this functionality was just added like within the last week or two. Yeah. No, that I think there's an issue for that to add that gain command. And also, I think another thing people were talking about is adding changing the exposure duration. Like if you're using, I mean, even in alt azimuth mode, it could be handy. Like if you're imaging a part, yeah, in a show gain, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that clock jitter thing is, yeah, kind of I actually had been working on kind of a prototype of to try to fix some of the UI of live view, but it needs a little bit more work. Um, Trying not to make it like a huge change. Got the first stacked frame. Should be getting the second one shortly. And I'm probably going to get rid of the events thing because most of that isn't like super useful. Or at least I'll hide it by default. I think it has it gotten enough frames now? Many, well, actively. I don't know if I'd say actively. I mean, it's kind of, there's probably, I mean, like me personally, I'm not necessarily always active. Like it'll come in bursts, but it's probably, of people who've contributed a decent amount of code or like major screens, there's probably like half a dozen people, but not all of them are active. Active people, one of the more consistently active people is probably Wiley Site, actually, as far as like working on things, adding new things to it. Like the edit screen changes, that was all. I mean, those schedule screen changes, like the ability to delete and insert and stuff, like that's brand new. That's all stuff he added. Now the back end was done by Kai, but Kai really doesn't work on the front end. So a lot of it's, and for me, I mean, the stuff I've worked on recently, it's mostly live view, and some of the internal networking code, which I need to do another pass through because it's been having some weird bugs that indicate to me that some of the things I put in place before have been broken. Because the problem is it's like multi-threaded code, and if you're a developer, like multi-threaded code is, if you've done multi-threaded code, if you're a developer who's done multi-threaded code, you know it can be kind of a pain. When will it be able to control Seestar with Nina? Yeah, it's come up. It's come up. I think it's just a matter of somebody putting in the effort. Like it does produce that alpaca interface, and it has, I think somebody was talking about like maybe like greatly enhancing the indie interface, which is used for it's used for reporting the position of the Seestar into Stellarium. There's an INDI driver, but it's, I think a lot of it's kind of, for a while it was only running on the Raspberry Pi. Anyway, there had been some discussion about it, but I don't know of anybody who's actively working on it, but it was definitely something that's come up, and someone expressed interest in doing it. Yeah, yeah, no, there's a very small group of people who, yeah, who've worked on it. Yeah, and that's also on my list. I, to be honest, to be honest, one of the things that I think once the weather, spring weather settles down maybe, or we have some better stretches of clear weather, I'm really hopeful that Starfront's going to help me with some of this development because of the unobstructed skies. Like the fact I actually would have a better shot at being able to track a satellite. Um, I think that's going to be really helpful. It's going to be also helpful for finalizing the remote scope stuff that I've actually had two different implementations of that have been unreleased. The first one was kind of flawed. Second one is better. Problem is there was a bunch of changes under the hood that I need to do some minor changes on the code to implement. But yeah. But the satellite tracking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need to look into that. Yeah, because that is cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's looking pretty nice. M3 there. M1. We got M1 and M3. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, sorry, I was just pondering some things. um, yeah, that M3 is looking nice. Very nice. That M1's looking nice too. Yeah, it's yeah, some of the Messier objects are, I mean, they're bright but kind of tiny, or not tiny, but like, yeah, like M1's I mean M1, it's a bit more compact. Do I have, told me next software by end of month. I needed to fix the error. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of videos, one from ZWO themselves about EQ mode, like another one. Like they had one earlier, like a sneak peek, and then they had another one come out like in the last few days, which made me wonder if it's close. So yeah, I'm guessing it's probably pretty close. And based on what Cosmic Ray was told by ZWO, might be next week, this week, next week. So we'll see. when I saw one of the videos, I started wondering. I actually went to my iPhone um, to see if I had it, or if it had shown up in the the iOS store, the Apple store, but it wasn't. It wasn't there. Uh, so I'm guessing it was just a pre-release video that they'd put out. Yeah. 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 The beta testers are have it now. And yeah, there's there's a few people. I know there's people out there who have it. I mean, I don't. I'm not not one of them. Which actually reminds me, I think I'd mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it on the live stream. Somebody had asked me, it was Seiko had asked me if there was a ZWO affiliate program, and there is, and so I applied for it and uh, got it. So I need to put all those links in the channel description. I think I've put some of them in the video description. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna start shilling for ZWO stuff. No, it's um, yeah, I have the two Seestars, and I have like an old, or like the ASI 120 kind of tracking guide camera. That's the only ZWO stuff I have, at least right now. But yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I wasn't sure how long I was. I mean, it is a Tuesday, and I don't have any I don't have any scope running right now. But thanks to qubits and cosmic ray, we've got things to look at. It's definitely showing more color in here. And M3 it's looking nice and crisp. But yeah, I've been kind of looking at the weather, and I don't know if Tuesday is going to be, or I mean Wednesday is going to be workable. It might be, but I'll have to check. Probably need to thank Dwarf 3 and other competitors. Yeah. No, was not impressed with Dwarf Clunky. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do appreciate it, Cosmic Ray, a lot, because otherwise we would have, and I may have ended the stream earlier. We wouldn't have had anything to look at, except me. Like I say, we wouldn't have had anything to look at. So yeah, I appreciate that, and qubits as well for sharing your scopes tonight. Yeah, you just never know. But yeah, I'm looking at the weather, and tomorrow is looking kind of, I mean, it looks marginal here. The poor seeing, but yet cloud and Starfront. Again, if it's windy, the fact that the seeing is poor, it might be windy, which might also be, it might be closed, the roof. But Thursday is, at least right now, looking great here and at Starfront. So if that holds, then I will definitely be doing a live stream on Thursday. If I don't do one tomorrow, I might do a longer one on Thursday. Not like crazy long, but it's just hard sometimes to do back-to-back ones. And Friday is a maybe here and at Starfront. So we'll have to see. But yeah, because I want to. I hope I can run the full gamut of gear, because I want to be able to, perhaps on the Seestar here, I want to start kind of testing out some of the Messier Marathon stuff. Yeah, that's I I hadn't hadn't I hadn't thought about that. I could have done like a little puppet show or something. Something to keep in mind next time it's I get clouded out. Is there processing? I mean, the biggest thing for me is um like there's whatever the PixInsight programs are, but cosmic clarity for in SETI Astro, like it's a basically like a one click thing where you load the image, kind of pick the option, it runs for a bit, and then you save it out. So it's not like you're not like doing a lot of fiddling with it. You can just take the defaults and just hit go, and it does tighten up things a bit. Like I mean, it's not necessarily like a huge. I mean, it's hard to tell, but let me see if I can find this real quick. Yeah. So like the Omega Centauri uh, image I took, I did run it through cosmic clarity. Um, I mean, granted, Omega Centauri is just kind of a, it is kind of crazy as far as like globular clusters go. But if you look in, like I feel like the stars are less bloated. I mean, and this thing was like only 10 degrees above the horizon, so I was going through a lot of atmosphere, and it was the originally the stars were more bloated. Um, and this was an extreme example. I've seen like much better results from some other images I've had where I just ran it through cosmic clarity, and it made a noticeable difference. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks. I need to. You know what's funny? What's ironic is I was trying to get rid of the color cast to it, and I was using uh, kind of photometric color calibration, but that requires you to do a plate solve, and the plate solve failed, ironically, because it said there weren't enough stars visible. Um, so my goal is to shoot like a mosaic of Omega Centauri to like get some of the surrounding stars, so hopefully it'll plate solve. I was like, really? Like there's like a million stars in that image and you say there's no stars. Yeah, the charge status is cool. Yeah, it's because it's down like single digit. So it's like it's still at 100%. So uh, if you have it plugged in, it's able to run it off off the power, but it's not able to charge the battery. So if the jet battery was depleted or was like a 30%, it would just stay at 30%. It wouldn't charge. I've actually been running into that more at Starfront, because it can actually get kind of cold there at when some of the cold fronts have come through. It's really cool. Hey, yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah. The fawns. Um, yeah, cool. I just want to see how we're doing on. Oh, nice. Zoomed in there with the Crab Nebula. That's looking pretty cool. Very cool. Oh, the bubble level. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, although even though it's off by a degree, you didn't it didn't seem to be problematic. uh, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't completely surprise me. Although they do have, I mean, I know the door is locked, but I'm sure there's areas they could crawl in. Yeah. But yeah, like I say, I was hoping next time that if I'm able to run the reflector or the refractor and the if I'm able to run the refractor and the Seestar locally, I'm gonna start doing stuff with kind of groundwork for the Messier Marathon. So, because my intent is to at least have a couple things in place, so then the following weekend, if there's some clear nights, or here or at Starfront, I'd be able to kind of do a run through of at least a subset of the Messier Marathon. I'm not necessarily going to be up all 12 hours, but maybe do half of it, do like a 6 hour, kind of like a half marathon. I'll do a Messier half marathon. How about that? Oh, hello, Hein. Yeah, the problem is I was clouded out. Well, I wasn't clouded out. I was high winded. It was cloudy locally, and at Starfront, they had high winds, and so they had to close the roof. But I can bring up. I had shared this on the live stream, or not on the live stream, on the Discord. Sorry. It was a photo I had taken the Cigar Galaxy and Bodes from Starfront, a few hours of data, and Builder Builder is his handle, Aiden, in the chat. He graciously offered to process the data, and so this was the data I got off. It's not compressing well. It looks better on my screen. Maybe it looks okay on stream, but basically, yeah, Bode's Galaxy and the Cigar Galaxy. So this was taken in the last couple weeks or so. So it's relatively recent. I need to do some with the take some data with the narrowband filter. Yeah, with the narrowband, with the light pollution filter, to try to get more of the HA signal in this one. It started coming out, even though this is all broadband data. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Like, so what I did is I took it was, I forget, like 3 hours, 4 hours of data over several nights. I ran it through, and the moon was up, like slightly above the horizon during some of it, believe it or not. But I kind of picked this because I knew it was kind of farther away from the moon in the sky. But I ran it through Cyril with the Cyril dev version with drizzling. So kind of I did a 2x drizzle, and then Aiden took the stack result and ran it through Cyril and City Astro Suite and maybe Graxbird, and not in that order, and Lightroom. And so yeah. But yeah, I was pretty happy with the result of that. And yeah, I mean, like, I do want to collect more HA data here, because, but see, this is Like, it's kind of crazy that I took this with a Seestar. I was quite happy with that. And like I say, just broadband data. Um, how do you align? I don't know. I've never actually done that. I should, although at here it would probably be too sad. But I'm not actually 100% sure. I haven't actually done that, and at Starfront. I'm running a different. I'm running the other All Sky software, the Indie All Sky, which is like a separate implementation. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Starfront is the best add-on. Well, especially if you live in the city. Uh, yeah, it seems like the days you have a late finish, the days I decide to do a live stream. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, well, as it turns out, I actually didn't do any. I very briefly had started doing polar alignment on the Seestar at Starfront, and then they closed the roof because of high winds, um, and like a dust storm coming. So it was cosmic ray and qubits that um, were sharing. Like here's qubits doing the Crab Nebula. But yeah, it's I am hope Thursday is looking pretty good for another live stream. Wednesday, unclear. It's looking kind of marginal, but Thursday's looking pretty good here and at Starfront. And I want to start talking about the planning for the Messier Marathon. Yeah, run out of quarters for imaging. Well, I do appreciate it, Cosmic Ray, as always. Yeah. Oh, hello, Aaron. What's on the schedule? Actually, I was winding down the stream because I actually didn't have any scopes out tonight. Well, I did, but then it clouded, or conditions deteriorated at Starfront, and it was cloudy here. So I was talking and sharing Cosmic Ray and Qubits' telescopes, but I did have a list of things I was going to image from Starfront, and I have carried that forward. So either probably Thursday I'll do another live stream, and if the conditions are as good as it looks like they might be, I might, because it's showing at Starfront excellent transparency, average seeing, like all night or until like 5 in the morning Friday morning. So I might do a long stream to try to take advantage of. Plus the moon will be rising at like 2 in the morning, so I should be able to at least image. uh yeah, so that was what I was thinking about. The if conditions are good on Friday, I mean on Thursday, I do plan on kind of um starting to, not starting, I'm a little bit past starting to plan, but definitely want to try to do a dry run. um Maybe that's what I'll do on the tail half. Maybe I'll do that once the moon's up at Starfront. um Try to see what early morning targets I can go through. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on starting the planning, doing some dry runs, maybe in the next few days, or perhaps even the following weekend when it's new moon, doing what I was calling a half marathon. Um, like maybe to go 6 hours and just see how quickly I can, like if it's at least to work out like the any issues, any kinks in the system, like um so yeah, that is definitely the plan. Yeah, 25 where the moon will be. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your conditions, I mean, you get good dark skies. Um, I mean, based on the images I'm seeing from you, uh, the yeah, you'd get the horizon. See, for me, it was the horizon, which my horizon is terrible at home. It was the light pollution and it was the weather. Um, Now, right now, I've been kind of, we've been a little bit more in sync with Starfront, although some of the nights they've been clear, the roof's been closed because of dust storms, but I think, I think that's more of a, like, I think that'll die down a bit. Yeah, sorry, updates. So would I do the marathon by, I would probably do it by schedule. Um, I've been kicking around a few different ideas on things to do. I mean, on the other hand, doing it by a schedule, I mean, like, I wouldn't even have to be awake. So, like, the point isn't I need to figure out, like, where I want to draw the line, you know? Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe maybe I'll do a schedule and then just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I have to think about, like, that's another part of the planning is where do I want to draw that line? Do I manually schedule things or like do it in batches as the night goes along? Um, I might end up doing that because I've been having issues with my Seestar, specifically at Starfront. And it's not a Starfront problem. It's something I did where I lose connectivity pretty consistently. Um, or where Alp hangs in a strange way. Um, and it wasn't doing that at home. So I have a couple theories about why that's happening, but I need to. That would be another reason not to try to schedule the whole thing in one shot, because if I have to restart the schedule like 10 times throughout the night, then that's going to be. Whereas if I do it in like 5 object batches, that might be easier. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, because, yeah, then, like, I could schedule it, go to bed, and then wake up and I've done the marathon. It's like, did you really? Did I really? I didn't see it happening. I just woke up to it being done. Like, for me, I guess for me, it's the aspect of staying up to see, the objects, even if you're not seeing it through you're seeing the EAA happening, at least. It's not quite observing through an eyepiece, but it's. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna plan it. I'm gonna plan the order I'm gonna do it in, but I'm not necessarily gonna queue up the whole thing in the schedule. I mean, especially now since Alp lets you add things to a running schedule, I could just add them one by one, you know, 5 minutes each or whatever, and then just keep adding them as it's getting towards the end. Yeah, exactly. Versus Robot Marathon, yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's going to be part of it is finding that dividing line, because in my head I had this idea that I was going to stay up the whole night. I'm going to stream the whole thing, from first object to last object. And for me, that just having a schedule up I wouldn't quite say defeats the purpose, but like, just like, why am I even here? Do I even need to? Um, but yeah, I'm still kind of figuring that out, and do I do one scope or do I do two just to make my life more complicated? I might do two. I might, if it's clear here, I might do, or one of the nights I might, if there's a night where I think I can do the whole thing, maybe I'll see how many of them I can do from here, because that could also be an interesting thing. Like, can I even get to half of the Messier objects from my backyard? The other alternative, the other thing I was thinking of that would make it more challenging is I had mentioned it earlier that I might go somewhere else within Houston, so still like Portal 8 or 9 with the other Seestar, and do the marathon from there. Maybe at the same time I'm doing it from Starfront. And then see if I can, because that location's much better than where I am as far as obstructed horizon, but there's still obstructions. So I'd still be kind of working around things. And so what I was debating is maybe doing it from there and Starfront at the same time. So then I could be, I mean, that wouldn't be like in the short term. I could potentially do that during that half marathon I was talking about, but I haven't gotten into the specifics yet as far as like, and a lot of it's going to be weather dependent. Like if I want to do it from two locations, it's got to be clear at both, obviously. So, and it's got to look like it's going to be clear all night at both. So yeah, we'll see. But these are the things that, yeah, I want to actually start doing some when it's clear here. Actually start, not just talking about it, but like starting to put it into start looking at Stellarium, looking at the Seestar, maybe queue up a handful of targets, see how that works, see how short of an exposure I can get away with, especially here, where, I mean, most of the Messier objects are pretty doable here, but like, what is my minimum exposure I can get away with where I can say that I've actually imaged enough of it that I'm kind of satisfied with it, and how would that impact my schedule? So again, that's another reason why I kind of want to add Houston to the mix, just to try to make it a bit more challenging. But all those things are kind of what I've been thinking through. And since I feel like April is the better time to do it, that's why I wanted to start right after the lunar eclipse, of kind of putting these plans together, maybe doing a test live stream from the other site, the other location. I mean, the good thing is it's in a yard, so it's not like I'm sitting out in the street, so I can actually leave the telescope for a little bit to get something to eat or drink or whatever. But yeah. Yep. And I thought about doing the refractor, but I think I'm going to just stick with the Seestars. Just because. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks again for Qubits and Cosmic Ray for sharing their scopes on a day that would have otherwise been a bust. So, oh, I was behind on the chat. Sorry, Armchair Messier Marathon. Yeah, as many bug bites. See, that's what I was talking about. Like when if I do it at Starfront, it won't matter because I'm remote, and in my own backyard, like I can walk inside a lot of times, and I'm just right. I have a visual of the telescope, but I'm kind of sitting behind a glass door. But my concern is if I do that other site, mosquitoes will be more of a problem. Yeah, the corrector plate covered indeed. Yeah. I knew people who they knew about off the bug spray, but they didn't know about deep woods off, which is the higher percentage of DEET in it. And but I would do summer astronomy here in Houston, and I'd have to pretty much bathe in that stuff to avoid getting eaten alive by the mosquitoes here. I can remember the smell of being like totally doused in that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I don't want to, and that's the thing. I guess I don't want to overplan it, but I want to make sure my approach is even workable, because I want to try to do the challenge of doing it here. I mean, not here, but like in the city. But I think like the exposure part is going to be the biggest wild card, and that's also why I kind of want to just have the list and just kind of queue them up one by one. Yeah, I mean, like Starfront I'm not worried about. It's more about trying to figure out how I'm going to approach it for here. Oh yeah, I see the obstruction there. I see the more obstructions, but let me see if I can do this here without too much jarring disruption here. Nope. One thing I do need to remember to do next time is I need to make sure if I'm having weird video issues, reboot your laptop. There we go. All right. Yeah. Good night, Cosmic Ray. Thanks again for sharing your scope. Yeah, I think I'm out of here now too. Like I say, Wednesday, unless things change drastically, I think I'll wait until Thursday and then try to have a good solid night here and at Starfront. But yeah, until then, thanks everybody for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. And I will oh man, you missed the whole stream. Sorry about that. Well, the good thing is, if it makes you feel better, since I got kind of, yeah, I should have a good stream on Thursday if the conditions hold. And plus the moon will be even more out of the way, so I'll be able to go past midnight, maybe even 1 a.m. my time. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and as always, what in the world? That's funny. Okay. Yeah, gotta go too. All right, thanks. Yep, until next time, thanks. And I will see you all in the next one. Good night.